It's a Beat 99.9. It's hot. Not just the music, but the weather as well. Lagos hot. And you know how we bring the heat. The hottest music, the hottest information, the hottest entertainment, and of course the hottest presenters, on-air personalities, DJs, whatever you want to call me. It doesn't matter. I will take it. But as long as you know that I'm hot and that we bring the heat all the time. Lagos is hot. We are going to be here in Lagos keeping you company. It's a brand new station, the Beat 99.9, and we have got what it takes. All the tunes, all the great fun, hanging out. You got it. In the meantime, I got a brand new one for you. This one is a banger, and I know it's going to be huge right here in Nigeria.
Leia Cervantes em la tierra de pessoas. Leia Camões em la tierra de poeta Pablo. A minha couto quando passeava em Goa. Garcia Marques em la tierra de Jorge Amado.
Lisa, you have been a prolific, dynamic broadcaster for over 20 years. Many say you are Mr. Radio yourself as far as Lagos and Nigeria is concerned. What's the magic? Where do you get the magic from?
Magic, wow, that's a strong word. Well, in a way, you could probably describe what we do as magic, electronic magic. I've been interested in media, electronic media, from a very young age, and I had a passion for it. And I would say more, the passion is what's been driving me all these years. When we first started doing what we were doing, there was no money per se in it. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to make a living to support ourselves doing what we do. But over time, the industry has grown, it's become very lucrative, and it's great, you know. So I always believe that if you follow your passion, and if you are committed to being the best that you can be in your own field of endeavor, you will get to the top and you will be recognized for what you do. I wouldn't say that, I thoroughly enjoy what I do, and please don't let anyone know this, but the truth is that there's nothing better in this world than getting paid a lot of money to do something that you would have done for free. It doesn't come better than that. And also when you jump out of bed in the morning, you know, you don't get out of bed, you jump out of bed in the morning with energy and you're ready to go because you know that you enjoy what you do. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to go. And we don't stop. I live what I do 24/7. You know, it is a part of me. I love music, I love the entertainment, I love making people happy.
What do you think is the current state of arts and culture here in Lagos? Arts, culture, media, fashion. What's the spectrum like?
Well, like all things, arts, culture, media, fashion, there's been an explosion over the last 5-6 years. The same thing with music industry, same thing with radio, and I wouldn't say television. It hasn't quite. Television has been like lagging behind. What created all this renaissance of Africanism or Nigerianism was that the sudden pride. Young people started, you know, looking inwards, and they weren't just looking at Hollywood, or they weren't looking at New York or Los Angeles or Europe for their heroes and superstars. They started looking at Nigerians within this country, artists, actors, actresses, you name it. You know, the athletes. There was a sudden pride in being Nigerian. So that's what really helped to explode the the cultural aspect, the artistic aspect, the fashion, the media, a lot of it has really, really blown up. And it's just, I would say about 5-6 years ago when, you know, it caught on that, you know, Naija, that original Naija, that Naija, proudly Naija, you know, and it's getting bigger every day.
One of the fundamental questions this film wants to explore is why are so many young people getting into media, entertainment, fashion, arts now?
The fundamental root cause of this whole thing is about self-confidence and self-expression. That's really what's happened. And now it's beginning to monetize. So if you turn around and you say, okay, if you're a company in Nigeria, you're trying to sell products, the key market that determines all trends is the youth market. How are you going to hit that market? You're going to have to use music, you're going to have to use football, you're going to have to use fashion, you're going to have to use lifestyle. Now the issue is, if you don't align yourself with those things, you're not in the game. If you're not in the game, you're not relevant. If you're not relevant, you're not doing business.
Way the hits, way the album. Have to measure up to the standards of the stardom. Can't explain 3 years running and only one single. Confess it to the audience, only one video. But you hear me though? What that make sure with MCs coming out, gotta top the charts. I'm losing it, pulling all the stops. Maybe a party song, no, that's regular. Do a whole track and spit it in vernacular. I'm going crazy right now, so I put my pen down. Don't be mad if you see me walking around with a frown. I'm just tired of this, performing at shows that don't get paid.
Right now, there's so many opportunities. Corporate brands are now interested in music. There's hardly anything going on in Nigeria now that you don't require some sort of entertainment like music, fashion. Everything goes hand in hand. And I think, you know, it just goes to show this generation, they're bright, they're talented, they want to get out there. They've been exposed to so many things, and we want to give back to the Nigeria that, you know, we used to know. So I think it's a generation. We're just a bunch of fun-loving people.
In our country today, almost every other industry has been shut out to our youth. On the political scene, you find very few young people given a voice. In the business, you need money to do business. Entertainment is one industry that leaves its doors open to everybody and anybody once you have the talent. And our young people, I'm told that one of our largest population indices is made up of our young people, and we all know that they have an amazing amount of energy. And a lot of this energy has found expression in the artistic field.
Where did you get your inspiration from?
I love nature a lot, so sometimes I get my inspiration from looking at insects, sometimes listening to music, especially music. Music gives me inspiration. And the sky, looking at the sky too, because, you know, the sky gives different forms of images, so I get inspiration from looking at the sky too, and God, ultimately.
I've always been surrounded with crayons and pencils and art materials, so I took up art. My dad drew, my mom made dresses. She was a civil servant actually, but she loved to make dresses, so I always had the thing for art. I learned how to draw just like I learned how to write ABC.
What inspires you?
I discovered myself some years ago. Though I loved painting when I was young, it was more like my hobby, but when I started growing, I discovered it was more of a talent, and I was able to develop it and build it into this.
I was inspired by the fact that there were people around within this country who could really give out quality works.
Did you see on the beats, yeah, and you know we making hits, yeah. So you say, no be say, we're serious, and you know you all a play.
Hey Tommy, George, Julia, Candy, whoever you are, we got to hold on. We got to keep on believing. Look, it be just like them tell us. We be like them children of Israel. We're gonna break our people to freedom. Because we've been bound for too long. We've been held up in chains. We've been abused. Some of us don't even know who we is no more. But that's different. I know who I be. I be Joseph. And I'm gonna lead my people to freedom. I wanna be loving you. Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
At the end of the day, we've got a country of about 150 million. About 75% of our population is under 25.
The fact that the world has become a global village also helps. A lot of our young people are growing up on Jay-Z and Beyonce and all of that. And yeah, that's, it gives them a can-do spirit. When you see someone like Ja Rule, who barely has, whose voice you would never have thought would have made such an impact on the music industry, you begin to say to yourself, yes, I can do this. And we also know that entertainment is an industry that attracts young people. So I'm not surprised to see that a majority of the players are young people, and they're doing amazingly well.
We have Nigerians coming together to exhibit proudly Nigerian tires. You have Nigerians coming together to hold exhibition of Nigerian art. And these things, you know, the import of it is that Nigerians can now package what they have and send it out.
In Nigeria, the time is definitely now, because it's a coalition of forces, yeah? You know, Nigerians have become more self-assertive and more self-confident. They're interested in what they do. These are the real reasons why Nollywood is so strong, why Nigerian music is strong, why Nigerian fashion is strong, because our people want to touch and feel, you know, their own products, their own things. They want to enjoy it, they want to live with it. And now we've begun to export it. So we're actually doing cultural export. There's nowhere you'll go around Africa, and there's nowhere you'll go in the black community in the diaspora that they don't know about Nollywood, they don't know about your music, they don't know about your football players.
Leaders of tomorrow, and we're marching to we going straight to the top. No matter what may come our way, we're never gonna we ain't never gonna stop. Leaders of tomorrow, and we're marching to we going straight to the top. No matter what may come our way, we're never gonna I wanna talk about my generation, frustrations, the struggles that we facing.
OC, you are 27 years old. You already have 8 years experience as an actor. How did you get into acting?
All right, I started out acting on stage in 2001. I was working with an organization called Rhythm of the Black Man. We started putting stage performances together based on the stories of slavery and the emancipation and struggles with the emancipation. So we started off in 2001 putting up stage plays and a sequel to that story in Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt. And we tried to take it out the country to the UK and to South Africa, even though we're not successful at that, but started doing stage play, ran it till 2004, 2005, and then started getting into screen. I joined a reality TV show in 2006. It's pretty much like an academy. You're there for 3 weeks, you're given different tasks, you have judges who come to assess what you've done. And after 3 weeks, they declared me the winner. And as the winner, you get to star in a feature film. Mine was White Waters. And that's where I am today.
I'm a trained actor, yeah. I went to University of Lagos. I studied creative arts. I majored in theatre arts. So I'm a trained actor. I've done stage things, done television things, done movie things. So yeah, I'm a trained actor.
We on fire, they can fire, extinguish me. Yes, they can fire, extinguish me. Yes, they can fire, extinguish me.
Could you talk a bit about your filmmaking process? When you shoot a film, what goes through your mind?
Well, I think the starting point for every film is the inspiration to tell a story that one wants to tell, the need to tell a story. Then one starts to look for the means, and one starts to plan it from the technical point of view, and then one goes into the battle, and then one edits, and hopefully one finds a way of distributing and exhibiting the film.
For someone who has been out of film school for 4 years, you are quite busy. How did it happen?
Well, I think it's my passion. I love to work. And even when there's nothing to do commercially, I create something and I just go ahead and work. And you know, with art, the joy of it is when you find people to share in your creative work. And they are the same people that will take the message across to other people.